Okay, well, tonight we're going to be throwing caution to the wind and we're going to not worry about calories or anything else like that because we're going to be making some homemade, really ooey gooey good marshmallows. And also, to really top it off, we're going to be making some really good hot cocoa. And it's not just any hot cocoa, this is more of your French or Italian hot cocoa, a little bit like it. But it's not your mama's hot cocoa, that's for sure. But this is peanut butter hot cocoa. Can you imagine if you love peanut butter and you love chocolate and you love hot cocoa and you got all this together with homemade marshmallows? How good can this be? So anyways, if you've never made homemade marshmallows, just know this recipe doesn't have any corn syrup in it. You can substitute the sugar with honey if you want to, or do half sugar or some kind of sugar substitute and have honey, but it will change the taste of your marshmallows for sure. But either way, they're so good, and the fact that there's no corn syrup in it, uh, that makes it even better for me. So whether if it's just cold outside and you want something really good and comforting or and chocolatey and ooey gooey, or if it's holidays and you just want to do something a little bit special for people, you might want to try these recipes. They're so good. So let's get started on our homemade marshmallows and our peanut butter hot chocolate. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is to get our gelatin set up. This is 3 tablespoons of unflavored gelatin powder, and this is the kind I use. I get it from Amazon. And I'm just going to add a 1/3 cup of cold water in there and mix it up good. And it's already starting to set up. If you feel like your gelatin is too dry or something, you can add a little bit more water to it. This set up really fast because I used really cold water, but it'll be fine. A lot of times it takes just a few minutes for it to bloom. Now make sure you use a big enough saucepan for this. I've got 1.5 cups of water, and I've got 3 cups of sugar. Now if you want to, you can add honey to this. Maybe do half sugar, half honey. That's just up to you. Or you can do all honey if you want to. But it will change the taste of your marshmallows. Now I've got this on kind of a medium-low heat. And I'm going to let this just cook very low until the sugar starts to dissolve. That's all I'm going to do to that. And then after it does that, we'll add our gelatin to it. Okay, the sugar has dissolved. I can feel that there's nothing grainy on the bottom. So it all feels good and dissolved now. So we're going to add our gelatin that has set up really, really well. I've never had to set up like that before. So now what it's going to do is it's going to heat up too, and it's going to dissolve in this water and sugar mixture. You just give it just a few seconds and it'll start to dissolve. So now that our sugar and our gelatin is dissolved, I'm going to bump up the heat to about medium on my stove. And what I want is for my mixture to come to a steady boil. I don't want it a vigorous boil, where it's just too high, too much of a boil. Just a steady boil. And what's going to happen is it's going to start to come to the top. That's why I say make sure you got a big enough saucepan. And this one does get kind of scary for me when I'm making marshmallows in it. But it will come to the top. But now the thing of it is you want this to Once it comes to a steady boil, you don't want to be stirring it. So don't try to stir it once it comes to a steady boil. Now you can put a thermometer in it or anything like that. You want it to be at a steady boil, and you want your mixture to come to about 230 on a thermometer, or time it anywhere from 7 to 15 minutes. And what you want is you want it to be probably when I raise my spoon up out of the mixture, it's going to kind of thread off the spoon. And when I see that thread, I'll know that the mixture's ready, but I'm also going to temp it too. Because to me, I get a better marshmallow when I temp it. Now, it didn't take very long, but now it's come to a steady boil. And if you want to use a thermometer, then this is the time. Now you can see, you can watch it, and it's going to come to the top. But don't stir it. It is going to worry you because you think it's going to come from over the top. That's for sure. And if you think it is, just take your spoon and just kind of right to the top of it, and that will keep it from coming over. A lot of times you can even lay a wooden spoon all the way across the top of your saucepan, and that will keep anything from boiling over. But you can see how it's just at a steady boil, and I'm going to keep it like this anywhere from 7 to 15 minutes, or until it gets to 230 temp. So my mixture come to 230 temp. We're going to work safely, but we're going to work just a little bit fast on this one. But you want to do it safely and be careful because this mixture is pretty hot. So we're going to add it to our mixing bowl. We're going to put about 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, and I'm using a hand mixer. You want to turn it on low to start with, because you don't want this to come out and splash you at all, because it will burn you. It's so hot. Now this is going to take several minutes to get it where it needs to be, and you can watch and see how it progresses as time goes on. It's probably going to take anywhere from 5 to 6 to 7 minutes. So what I'll do is I'm going to mix it on low, and then I'll start kicking it up a notch and getting it higher and higher till I am mixing on probably the highest setting on my hand mixer. Now you can do this in your KitchenAid or any kind of other kind of countertop mixer that you have. So you just have to be patient with it, and just it's going to come out, it's going to thicken up. So what it's going to do, it's going to thicken up, and it's going to start turning a real soft white color. And that's when you know that you're getting close to it being to the point that you need it. And I'll show you that in just a little bit, just as soon as I get to that thickened point. This is a really easy process. You just have to have patience with it and know that it's eventually going to turn into marshmallows. Because if you look at it now, you think, how's that going to look like marshmallows? So I'm going to kick it up a notch and just keep on mixing. And as you just keep mixing, it's just going to keep getting thicker and thicker and wider and wider. Okay, let's look at it. You see the thickness of it? I'm going to go ahead just a little bit more. I'm going to give it just another minute. Okay, let's check it again. Now this is pretty much where I want it. It's pourable, but it's very, very thick. So this is the consistency that I want. I'm going to go get my prepared 9 by 13 pan. Now I have this with parchment paper, plus I have the parchment paper spray too. Or you can put you a layer of powdered sugar down on top of that if you want to. And I'm just going to pour all this in here. Now this is still very warm, and my dish is warm too, so you just got to be careful with that. Now I even sprayed my spatula, that way the marshmallow mixture won't stick to it so bad. And just get as much out as you can. Work with it as fast as you can. Don't be nervous about it or anything like that. It doesn't set up too quick, like if you were making fudge or divinity or something like that. So you know, you can work with it and get it in your pan, and it's going to be okay. Just be careful with it because it is still very warm. Now, if you want your marshmallows to be thicker than what I'm making mine, you can do it in a smaller dish if you want to, and make big, thick marshmallows. For like, if you want to take them out to the fire and roast them on a stick or something like that over open fire, you might want them a little bit thicker than what I'm doing, because I'm telling you, these things roast up so good. They toast up so good. Now I'm just going to let my marshmallow mixture sit here on the counter for about 2 hours. Okay, it's been 2 hours and my marshmallows are set up really well. I've got about 2/3 cup of some powdered sugar here that I'm going to dust the very top of this really, really well. And this is going to keep, when I turn these marshmallows out, it's going to keep them from sticking to my marble top. Well, a little bit of stick, but it'll help it. So we're just going to lift it out of my baking dish here. Now I know even spraying the parchment paper, it's still going to be kind of stuck to it, but it'll come off. But you can also, instead of spraying it, you can put powdered sugar on top of your parchment paper, and that does help. I'm going to put a little bit more powdered sugar on the top here. These things are so ooey gooey and sticky, so it takes a lot of powdered sugar. So we're just going to flip this over and take our parchment paper off. It's kind of sticking around the edge, but the very top of it's not stuck that bad. Now there's different ways that you can cut these marshmallows. Some people will use their kitchen scissors to cut it. I'm going to use my bench scraper. Okay, I'm going to dust the top of this real good too with powdered sugar. Powdered sugar is your best friend on homemade marshmallows, believe me. Now you cut your marshmallows, like I said, whatever's easiest for you. I've seen people use their kitchen scissors to cut them in squares. A really big, sharp knife. I have found that my bench scraper does a really good job. Now you cut these in the size that you want. I'm going to have a few different sizes. We're going to be making some homemade hot chocolate. So I want some of them not so big so that they will fit in the mug when we make our hot chocolate. But if you want some to toast up to make s'mores or something like that, you may want them just a little bit bigger. So you're in charge of what size marshmallows that you want. Grandkids absolutely love homemade marshmallows. I mean, once you make your homemade marshmallows, you'll never go back to store-bought. Never. There is such a big difference in taste and texture. It's just a whole new ball game. Now they will kind of stick together. So what you'll do is you can either get you a bowl with powdered sugar in it and just kind of throw your marshmallows in there. I'm just going to kind of rub them in what powdered sugar I've got here already. And I might have to add a little bit more powdered sugar to them, but they will be sticky on the sides. But you see, that's the thickness that I've got mine. If you want yours thicker, please go ahead and make them thicker. But before you store them, just make sure that they've got plenty of powdered sugar on them, or they will stick together. But these are beautiful. They set up good. Never be intimidated. This is a really easy recipe, and not using any corn syrup is just, that's a game changer for me too. And they taste so good. And like I said, they toast up beautifully. Oh, so much better than store-bought. And they melt in your hot chocolate. And it's just, I can't say enough about homemade marshmallows. They're really, really good. So just make sure as you're kind of trying to get them apart and stuff and separate them, you can add some more powdered sugar to it. And when you're ready to serve them, you can kind of dust some of that powdered sugar off. This is mainly just to keep them from sticking together. I'm not real sure what all they put on store-bought marshmallows, but I do know that they tend to dry out really, really fast. So what they put on the outside to keep them from sticking, there's no telling. I've never really looked it up. If y'all know this, or if you look it up, please leave it in the comments. I've never took the time to really look it up and research it. But I've been making homemade marshmallows ever since my kids were young. And we tended to usually start making them around Thanksgiving through Christmas. Now these little marshmallows too are just, they're so good to make s'mores with. Really, they're just, the way they melt and the way they toast up is just so much better. So anyways, let me get these all cut up and get them, we'll figure out how we're going to store them. Now I've got a pretty good size airtight container here, and I'm just lining it with parchment paper, and I'm going to layer single layer it on top of this parchment paper just to keep them from sticking. Now these should stay good in an airtight container now, for it can stay up for about 3 months before probably they'll start airing out. Drying out, I'm sorry. But it's just, marshmallows are just nothing but sugar. So they're going to last a long time, but they're going to start drying out. So I would say if you got a really good airtight container, that they'll be good for 3 months. But I've never had any last that long. We tend to eat them up, especially if I make them in the holidays, pretty quickly. So we'll get the lid on this and put them up, and then we're going to make us some good old hot chocolate. Okay, this is a really easy, simple recipe, and I'm doing this just for 2. So if you got more that you want to, there's going to be drinking this hot chocolate, just double or triple it is all you need to do. I'm going to put in half a cup of whole milk and a half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And these are the mini ones. They seem to melt faster, but I've got a whole bag of them, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I've got a fourth a cup of creamy peanut butter. So all you people that are like me and love peanut butter, this is going to be right up your alley. So we're just going to stir this. Keep an eye on it till your chips melt and your peanut butter melts and it all comes together. We're not going to add any other sugar to it, so it's not going to be overly sweet. Now, if you want to, you can use milk chocolate. And if you're a die-hard chocolate fan, you can use dark chocolate. You probably may have to add a little bit of sweetener to that, unless you just like the dark chocolate. So I've heated this up. It's all melted. I'm not sure Mr. Brown's ready for hot chocolate. He just ate supper, so I may just make one mug right now. If he wants some after a while, I'll heat it up for him. Just make sure that it's all come together now, and you see how smooth the mixture is. And it has thickened up just a little bit. And like I said, this is just for two, so this can easily be doubled and tripled. Okay. I'll take this off the heat, and we're going to make our mugs. Okay, we're going to pour it into our big cup here. If you feel like it's getting too thick on you, just add you a little bit more milk to it. This is going to make a big cup. So you need to put this probably in two smaller mugs. This is quite a bit for one person, but I'll share it. If you've ever had French hot chocolate, it's thick like this. So we're going to add our marshmallows to this. And I heated up just a tablespoon of peanut butter. And I'm just going to kind of drizzle that over the marshmallows just like that. Just to have just a little extra. So that is your peanut butter hot chocolate. So you can see how that hot chocolate melts that marshmallow in there. And then that does help sweeten your hot chocolate a little bit. But it's so good. Like I said, if your hot chocolate gets too thick, I like it thick. That's how the French and the Italians, I'm pretty sure their hot chocolate is very thick like this. But if it's too thick for you, just add a little bit more milk. That's all you got to do. But it's so delicious. So whether if you try the peanut butter hot chocolate or you make your own, make sure that you make your homemade marshmallows because you will not regret it one bit. This stuff is very addicting. It's so good, y'all. So y'all have to try these recipes. If you just got a cold winter day that you're just wanting something really good and chocolatey and hot, this is your recipe. Or try it at one of your holiday get-togethers because they're absolutely going to love it. You can make this up, double, triple it, whatever, and put it in a little slow cooker or crock pot and put it on low and it'll keep it warm for you. I can't tell y'all. That's just so good. But it's very rich. So 1/2 this size would be plenty for sure for one person. But I'll get my share out of it, and then I'll take the rest to Mr. Brown and let him have the rest of it. So good. So I hope y'all try these recipes. It was good being with y'all again. I'm feeling a lot better. Hang on a minute. Wipe my mouth here. I'm feeling a lot better. Mr. Brown still got quite a bit of cough going on, but I think he's slowly getting better. He is out hunting and taking care of his mom again, so he is getting a little bit better. And I hope anybody that's had this sickness is getting over it and feeling better too. I know I've heard from a lot of y'all that said y'all been sick too. So I don't know if it's the same flu that we've had, but it's been pretty rough. So I hope y'all getting over it and getting better and stay well for Christmas. And I'm hoping to see y'all in a few days again. I got a few other things I want to share with y'all before Christmas Day. And one of them will be where I went over the weekend. I'm going to share that with y'all. I really enjoyed myself, and I think y'all will enjoy what I'm going to share with you. And then I've got some more Christmas cookies and candies and stuff that me and my daughter want to share with you. So we'll see you in a few days. The weather is warming up, and that's probably what keeps people sick is the cold and then the hot, and then the cold and then the hot. But it's supposed to really warm up here this weekend. Up north, if y'all are still having so much snow and just, I mean, dangerous cold weather, we'll be praying for you that it settles down and tries to warm up a little bit for y'all. So y'all let us know down in the comments if y'all are still having a bunch of snow and this terrible cold weather. And let us know how you're doing, that you're okay. So I hope y'all getting ready for your Christmas, and just keep it simple. Don't stress over it, and make it a happy day with your family. Or if you're going to be doing it by yourself, just enjoy your day with however and with whoever that you're able to. And just know that we love you, but most of all, God loves you. And we'll see y'all in a few days. Bye bye for now.